So it starts at 0. Okay, so pull up. And when you stop, when you have a halyard lock, the last bit you put up slowly, and then you hear it click. That's in. If you pull too fast, it always jumps out. So, okay, and there's an extra cleat just for double safety when you have a small harbor and it's not so easy to drop the main. Before the harbor, you unhook the top and you put the halyard on just on that cleat, and then you take it out and immediately the main drops. Because sometimes it's a bit tricky when it's close launching to drop the main when it's in the hook. So, we put some power tension on, that's okay, and the mast rake is this one, so I put it all the way upright, see how far we can go. Okay. So I'll look up the mast and you adjust the ram and I'll say it's straight. Okay, down, down, slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay, that's straight. Now that's too far. East, east. That's okay. So. It's on the bulkhead. The outer one, the white one. There's a number down there, the bottom, the black indicator.
Oh, there.
Yes, and there's a number on the bulkhead. Okay. So the forestay it has to have enough purchase so you're strong enough to put the mast back upright. So it has a 2-to-1 here. Then here is a 3-to-1. So it's 2 and 3 is 6. And it has another 4-to-1 here. So that's 24. So it's stronger than the boom bank. So you can pull the mast back upright. The forestay has a better angle than the shrouds. Shrouds are narrow to the mast. So the shrouds have 36. But the angle is worse. So this and that purchase is about the same force. So that indicator showing the mast rate is connected to the system, and the skipper can see it moving on the bulkhead. So now we see $7.89. What does it say there? Okay, no, that's nearly correct. That's okay. So you can read that. So the skipper can always see it. Now we start to rake the mast backwards. Let's see. So this goes, it's numbered here, every 5 centimeters. So we move it back and put the shrouds more on. Here, this is the connection to make it endless. This is not so nice done. So I've connected the inner core from both rods by gluing it together at a different spot than the outer, and I was sliding it over.
Could you release the shroud a little bit? My shirt is stuck here. Okay, thanks.
Let's stick with this boat forever.
Very bad feelings here.
They fit Thomas into the boat.
You got the wetsuit or something like that. So you will capsize immediately. And you lose the legs. Yeah.
Holger, what do you glue them with?
I'll rake it.
No, but what when you attach the two ropes?
I'll show you. I'll take it. Stop when we do it.
Okay.
So. So the mast rake now all the way down. Okay. So it ends there. It's a mast rake. And when it's really far rake, you cannot pull it always straight because you would never sail the mast straight then. We come to a point where it's touching there, and we measure the sump bend. Oh, this needs to lose. Yes, it's here. The take up is here, so this needs tension more. Yes. So this is now, you see, the indicator is this is 7 meter 16, so it's gone further. So I would guess this is probably 752. Let's see how far he can go. 6, 5, 7. I'll show you here. This system here could do, the rope is finished. There is still a little bit play. So this could be, if the rope would be longer, this could rake even further back. But 56, that's already, that already is what you use, nearly at 30 knots. So I reckon that's the limit of your sailing anyway. So this boat, the range, you can cover the whole range from 5 knots to 30 knots. If you would rake even further, the mast heel would have to come one hole forward. But for all next year racing, if you ever use this mast rake and you don't capsize, you've done a good year. If you look, you see that, look from the side. The boat will float about like this. Now you see, look from the side, how far back the mast is. Yeah? The boat will float like that. So that is far back. So with that rake, the boom would be here, or lower. So you need the flat rake. Yeah?
Here you can also see how extremely parallel the shrouds are.
Oh yeah. Yes.
That's a very
Come on.
good.
Give me that trapeze. So now you can see,
Parallelism.
if you look from far away, the shrouds need to be one line here, other side, and also at the spreader. So look from further away, maybe. Go all the way there and turn the boat. Because if that is not in line, your spreaders are asymmetric. Can you see it? Here we have a boom bang system, which is not attached to the mast, so hold that down. Which is a normal system with a snap hook for here, up, here. So it goes here.
Jag tror att
2 to 1, 2 to 1, 4 to 1.
Jag tror att en jävla bra anledning att ha det här
Pistoldagen.
That has to, yes.
Det är
Make
för
sure
att
this
annars
is to the
bryter du
front,
av
not to the head of the crew. This is dangerous. Is this in the back? Yeah.
Har du inte denna nu så bryter du av centerbok va? Eller så kapsejsar båten på land.
Det är så att man länsar på land.
And here, that is important. You can nicely read the ram position with this indicator because it's not so easy to see where the car is. So this has to be, because here up and down 5 millimeter is super critical. That's a lot, a lot. More bend here, the top goes to the back, the mainsail opens up. If you struggle with pointing high, it's normally is not the jib, it is the leech of the mainsail. So when the mast is too bendy, the leech is opening. When you put this down, somebody go on the mast rack? When you pull down here and push the mast backwards here, it's turning around the position of the shrouds. Back here means forward on the top. So when the mast is straighter here, it brings the top of the mast forward and closes the leech on the main. It's more, also when you put it down it gets fuller here, that's not so important. But this down means top mast forward. You see? When this goes down, it's not easy to show without the same. When this goes down, the top goes forward. And when you pull it up and bend it, it's the opposite. So I really like it when you want the mainsail to open it and let the air flow go out of the sail. You put this up and prevent the mast. And when you want to power up and be able to close the leech and point, this has to be a bit straighter. So the top mast comes forward, the leech is closing. If you want to close the leech, if you think, okay, the boom is here, I pull more bang on, I pull the boom down to close the leech. No. It has some effect, but the negative side is, if you pull the bang on, you push the boom forward, you try to bend the mast with that, and you flatten the main here. So closing the leech is hard work with the ramp a little bit lower, but mainly more tension on the main sheet because it is forcing more down. You have before a board with transom sheeting, and that is super difficult because here, when you come to that point, it's just go in out, not down. And you always have to work on the wang fairly early. It's okay when it's windy, because then the boom goes in and out, and up and down is on the wang. But in 8, 10 knots, 11, 12, when you want to keep the leech close enough to have a powerful main, you want to pull down hard on the main sheet and close. The lazy people start using the boom wang early, but it's not fast. You need to close the leech down with the main sheet. And that's why center sheeting makes the sailing much easier than transom sheeting. If you have consistent conditions, always the same, just go. Transom sheeting works okay. Northern Europe, clouds, gust, shifts. It's much easier to sail with transom sheeting. On the ocean, straight line, fast sailing, not many clouds, consistent thermal conditions. Transom sheeting is okay. Very light wind also, because you can go to center and you have a bridle which you can take to windward, then it's okay. But in gusty, shifty conditions, center sheeting is so much better and easier. Because you can control the mainsail up and down with a boom pulling down. But I think all boats have, that one not, but all others have center sheeting. Yeah.
Holger, how much do you adjust? When you measure, you have you pull
Yeah.
the ram to a certain point where you straight mast. But you then go out sailing.
Then it's not. This is just for measuring. Got nothing to do with the sailing.
Yeah, no.
It's only for the measurement
Yeah.
to compare from one board to the other, because only straight you can compare. You come to a point now, if you see we're really far away, you touch the back, and actually this hole can be cut out 1 centimeter more if you want to, just in the where the back of the mast goes. But now you can already go so far back, I think. You don't need to do it now. You have other issues in boat handling and. So.
But during a race,
Yeah.
with the same brake during a race,
Yeah.
how much to adjust in a race?
If
Could be
we don't
plus-
order the mast rate, we would adjust.
Plus minus 5 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. If it's more, if always when you are overpowered or underpowered and you want to change something, the first thing is shroud tension a little bit more if you're overpowered, or a little bit less. That's the first job, is play with the shroud tension. If the wind increases 1 knot and you want to, you're fully trapezing, you start to get, okay, I have to ease the main sheet a little bit and work too much on the main. Before you change the mast rate, first you put on a bit more shroud tension and you play with the shroud tension. If that is not enough, then you start to go back for depowering or more up to create more power. So, but the first easy job is shroud tension on, off. So when it's gusty and you have not enough time to always play with mast rate, you play with the shrouds. Next step is mast rate, because mast rate means rate, ram, shroud tension. 3 movements, this way or that way. So first, depowering by more shroud tension or uppowering by easing means mast goes straighter, jib gets fuller. The shroud adjustment is the first thing you play with. If that is not enough, you have to work with mast rate, but then you have to change the boom bang, the ram, and the shroud. So it's a lot of strings to play. While normal driving, don't look there. Driving, sailing, and this goes automatically without looking there. You have to grab it and look to windward and not look with the rope and steer like that. That's the problem. You need to be good at that. Blind sailing, just try, I'm driving and I can adjust it without looking. Because if you look in there, you bear away and you sail shift. So you have to consider, how often do I want, is it worth it to change something? That's why just grabbing the shroud and, okay, I'm getting a little bit overpowered, shrouds on first is easier than adjusting everything.
But when you're light crew,
Yeah.
and you are at 750 already, and you are really overpowered,
Yeah.
and you get more tension in here,
Then
you get out this out 70,
the jib goes out to
70,
here,
yeah.
and the foot gets flat.
You put up the centerboard.
Centerboard goes back, the jib goes here.
Then it's time to go away.
Not to swim and not to capsize and catch the others who fall in.
And it's beer o'clock.
So,
And you have, at that point, should you bend the mast more? Get the more flatter?
very difficult. It's so complex. You have so many different
Yeah,
options.
yes.
So it's everything.
Is there?
It's everything.
But you are really on the limit.
Yeah.
So overpowered, you've done this one, you break,
You do everything.
you're struggling with the boom to get the boom inside
Yeah.
from the corner.
If the boom is ever further out than the corner, your setup is wrong.
Yeah. Where's the corner? That's the corner.
Something
That's the
here.
corner.
If the boom goes up to here,
Yeah.
upward and the main is flogging, your setup is wrong.
Should you have
The
any
boom here and some twist is okay. Boom here is slow. Because it goes out too much, you get backwind from the jib, you're overpowered, and.
You should never have backwind from the jib.
No. Just if the front of the main is moving a little bit, then you have maximum power, that's okay. Just little enough, but not flogging. And if the boom has to go too far out because you get overpowered, your whole setup, you know it's wrong. That means deep power. And so that's like the pictures from yesterday. That is maximum, not further out than, or if you can't keep it upright, you always zeros here. Your setup is wrong, then you have to react and do something.
But what the bank tension, heavy wings.
The stronger the wind, the more wing tension. Unless you come to really survival models, and it's really overpowered, you cannot rake further at an end. You come to a point sometimes where you have to ease the bank to be able to take. Otherwise, yes. Otherwise, you have so much tension on the leash and the power in the vein. You come out of the tag, and if the jib sheet is not straight away sheeted in, the boat will always wants to go back to the wind. So we've been racing a garter and very slow over and taking to the cliffs, and really at the cliffs it gets sometimes super windy. And we had a lot of rake, the boom was low. Michael, we were like, she's just 16. She was easing the boom bank before attack because it got so gusty, so hard gust. Just it was 20 meters to the cliffs. So we eased the bank for attack to be safe. Because you don't want to come out of attack and go back up in the wind after the attack.
You saw the pictures from yesterday from Martin showed you. We were saying about 20 knots, something like that. You saw that the leech of the main. Could you see?
Well, that looked okay, but she did not have enough mass rate. There was too much boat heel and slightly overpowered, so just mass further back, more boom back, and more shroud tension and go. It's just easier. So she was overpowered a little bit.
Var det de bilderna?
Ja, det är de.
It looked reasonable, but not perfect.
What was it?
750.
55-ish.
Oh, that far back already?
Is it everything we can do?
Oh, then you have to,
Yeah, we have to
you have to extend it to make more. You have to go lower. We can go, our boat can go to 745.
45.
We have never used it, but we can if we need to. But the problem is then it gets so windy, they will cancel a race.